We're back with the one and only. He is Brian Gamboa, and we're talking about his band, Breath of Lashes. Now, obviously, when I saw BOA, I said, okay, well, that's the last three letters of your last name.
Yeah.
Is there a similarity? Is there a coincidence between
Oh,
BOA and BOA and Breath of Lashes? How
Breath
did
of
that come
Ashes.
about?
So, I've been having people tell me for years, like, why don't you just use your last name? And to me, I struggled with that. And not that I'm not proud of my last name.
Yeah.
It felt a little narcissistic to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know, man. There's tons of bands named after people's last name, right? It just, I don't know. It just
Yeah,
kind
but
of
it's got
felt
to
a
be
little,
marketable too. It's got to like ring and be mysterious and
yeah. And I kind of was like, oh, yeah, I like my last name. I don't know, so it was kind of a compromise. And a lot of people like BOA. I like BOA. There's a band called BOA though that's been around since the '90s,
well, of course,
and
there was
totally different.
BOA Black Oak, Arkansas back in the 70s.
Well, okay, there we go. And so, but I really started looking into things, and it's interesting. There were two names I was looking at, but Breath of Ashes, I kept coming back to that. And I'm kind of a history buff, right? I love
Yeah,
history.
of course.
So if you look back into different meanings of, that term, Breath of Ashes, and there's actually quite a bit about that being used in literature and used in everything from spiritual stuff to this to that, you name it. And it's like this sense of renew, and it's this sense of out from the old, and just it's pretty deep. And I was like, man, that's it. That's the thing. Because it kind of encapsulates the music and the lyrics to all of our stuff. And, we, some of our stuff will take you down that kind of deep road. And then some of the stuff is, obviously we just want to kind of get out and kick ass and, like get you moving. And, so it's a bit of everything, but the name fit. And obviously, it works with BOA, or BOA. And then we said, well, let's just do that. And so that's where we went with it. So,
It's got a mystery to it. Plus, it's kind of heavy, and
yeah,
uh,
yeah, exactly.
makes you want to know more. Now, your other three guys here, Martin, Chase, and Max, are they all from Nashville?
So, well, as of now, they're all living in Nashville, headquartered in Nashville. Chase just moved here. Um, yeah, those guys are incredible. Max has been here a little bit, and Martin's been here a little bit. I've probably been here the longest, I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I think so, though. But yeah, they're phenomenal, man. And Martin Motnick, obviously, he's the bass player in Accept, and has been for several years. He's still on tour as of right now. I don't think he'll have a break for maybe a couple weeks or something, but phenomenal bass player, phenomenal guy, funny as hell. He's so funny. He's got a great humor about him, and super excellent bass player. Um, then you've got Chase Lacombe, and Chase plays the band also. Everybody has other projects, and then came together with this one. But Chase plays for a band, Kerosene Shores. They have an awesome catalog. Those guys are more, I believe, they came out of Texas, out of the Houston area. But great songs, great metal band. So Chase is just a powerhouse drummer, man, hard hitter. He's funny too, man. He's I'm fortunate. I'm around some pretty awesome awesome, talented, and really funny people, you know. So Chase and I over the last year really got to know each other and actually got to work with each other on stuff. And yeah, it's just there's a lot of laughing takes place with him. And then Max Rossetti. So Max has played with a ton of people, but it's interesting. He's all over the board in genre, right? You know, you somebody could call Max a jazz player, a fusion player, a rock player. I mean, you can't nail Max down on any one thing because he's a little prodigy, you know, and so he plays a couple of bands, one pretty tied up, and you know, which is more the rock thing, and then but if you look on his YouTube channel, he does all these tutorials and these funny videos. You know, he'll take a pop song like a I don't know, like a Lady Gaga song or something, and he'll just shred on top of it. Or he'll take a metal song and he'll chicken pick it. Right? It's a riot, man. But he's a phenomenal guitar player, super cool dude. So yeah, we're excited. We're excited about this. Lot of good songs. We just released the debut single Soul Divide, and that seems to be doing well so far. And
Tell us about
then
the other songs on the album, Unconstricted.
yeah,
What are
so
some of your favorite
Unconstricted.
songs, and is there a story behind any of them?
Oh man, there's a story behind every single one actually, and I'm not going to give away all the titles yet because we have some plans. We have some interesting plans with like the videos to these things. Uh, there's a song "Let Go," which is a little bit slower. I guess it's a power ballad. I guess you'd call it a power ballad, a slower tempo, but still pretty big. Um, that's a pretty deep song, right? But then we have some that are real fast and I wouldn't call it the party song, because I don't know if that'd be a great description. I mean, you could play it at a party. Um, I don't know if any of the lyrics to any of these songs, now that I think about it, none of them are too shallow. You know what I mean? I don't really write that way anyway, typically. Um, but yeah, there's several. There's 9 songs left to track and record that we're working on right now. So it'll be a 10-song album, obviously. And you said it, unconstricted. The goal is by the end of the year, we will release another 2 or 3 singles, hopefully with videos, and then release the full album March of 25. So that's the goal as of now.
Fantastic. Well, I know you've been hard at work conceptualizing, putting the pieces together, getting the right players and songs,
Yep.
and getting it recorded. And again, it's amazing. Nashville has become quite a music city beyond country.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, in a big way. And there's a ton of rock here. There's pop here. There's all sorts of stuff now. Yeah, sky's the limit in Nashville. I mean, it's whatever you want to do.
that's great to hear. Where can people find you on social media?
So really simple. You can go to our website, breathofashes.com. And we've got merch there. You can download the single, videos up on there, all the pertinent fun stuff, updates of what's happening. Tour dates will be added soon. Right now we're literally trying to figure out the 25 schedule. We didn't book anything set in stone for this year because just really trying to get that album honed in, and it could be sooner when we release, but I think that's a safe bet. That's really our goal, our kind of deadline for ourselves. We may do a one-off here or there before then, so we'll be announcing that. But yeah, you can find us on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. What do we got? We got a TikTok, a YouTube channel, you name it, all the usual suspects. And then you can stream Soul Divide right now everywhere you get music. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to get feedback on the video, and
Yeah, well, we look forward to doing a follow-up when you can talk about more of the songs, the titles, all of that.
yeah.
We look forward to
Well,
diving
it's a
deep
funny
into it.
it's a funny thing because there's two things. There's definitely some titles that are on there already, and there's some where we may change the title. So
Sure.
I don't want to get myself into a mess quite yet and give it
No,
all
we're
away.
uh we're totally with it. We like an air of mystery.
Well, yeah, and you know what? I'm sure that'll come out before too long because we've got to make some decisions, if you know what I mean. Um, but that's the cool part of this process is, as opposed to just recording a full record and then just picking singles off of it, we chose to go the opposite route, which is, I think a lot of people are doing that in this climate now, in the environment that we're in music
Yeah.
now. You can do it either way, but we're choosing to really kind of get the singles out first, which we know where they'll fit in. We kind of have a track list. We know exactly where they're going to be on the record, but we're not worried about just having the full record out at first. And most people don't listen to the whole record at one time until they've heard a few things anyway, right? You're not inspired to go get the whole record, download it or buy a vinyl or something. So yeah, we wanted to throw some stuff out there and let people know what it's about. And all these members have been in other groups, right? But this is the first time we all come together in this thing. And even though most of us have played with each other in different projects or one way or another, this is the first time as a new band. So yeah, we want to kind of open people up to that, and then we'll launch the whole thing beginning of the year. So it's a fun way to do it. We're
Yes.
having a blast doing it that way, and we'll see. We'll
Well,
see
there
if
are
people
no
like it.
rules, and you can do whatever the F you want. So
Well, definitely nowadays, it's much different. Let me
our
put it that way.
our special guest is the one and only Brian Gamboa. He is the vocalist, songwriter, and frontman of Breath of Ashes, BOA for short. Brian, it's a pleasure, man. I'm glad we connected. A lot of fun
Hey,
talking
thanks
about
so
all
much
this
for
stuff,
having
and
me on.
look forward to our next conversation.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.